In light of the recent escalations of violence against Asian people, BTS have just spoken out and shared their own experiences as victims of racism. Let's get into it. Earlier this month, tragedy struck Atlanta, Georgia, when a domestic terrorist was arrested for shooting up 3 different spas around the city, which tragically left 8 people dead. This was just one instance of violence against Asians that have increased over the past year. Huffington Post reports that the violence appears to be linked to the COVID-19 pandemic, which Donald Trump routinely referred to as, quote, the Chinese virus.
Some important developments in our war against the Chinese virus.
And a study from California State University's Center for the Study of Hate and Extremism found that hate crimes against Asian Americans increased 149% in 2020. Now the men of BTS are speaking out and sharing their own devastating stories of facing racism as the violence against Asians has increased. In a new statement, which was shared in both Korean and English, the members of BTS recalled moments when they faced discrimination as Asians. The boys of BTS put out a shared statement that read, quote, "We have endured expletives without reason and were mocked for the way we look. We were even asked why Asians spoke in English. We cannot put into words the pain of becoming the subject of hatred and violence for such a reason." The BTS boys continued on saying, "Our own experiences are inconsequential compared to the events that have occurred over the past few weeks, but these experiences were enough to make us feel powerless and chip away our self-esteem." And they added that what is happening right now cannot be disassociated from their identity as Asians. BTS said they've spent time discussing how they want to voice their message, and they concluded their post saying, "What our voice must convey is clear. We stand against racial discrimination. We condemn violence. You, I, and we all have the right to be respected. We will stand together." And we couldn't agree more with BTS. We thank them for sharing their stories, and we stand with them and the entire Asian community, and we condemn any act of violence. Fans also flooded the comments of BTS's post to show their support and thank them for sharing their experiences. One person wrote, "Thank you for using your platform and using your voice to raise awareness. I'm sorry for all the things you had to face. We'll continue to stand strong and fight against racial discrimination. We love you. Thank you so much for taking the time to make this post." Another fan chimed in saying, "We knew the pain you felt, but you all kept it away from all of us, perhaps to make us feel more comfortable. We stand with you and for you always. Love you all." This person added, "Thank you so much for sharing your stories and for always making us feel less alone. We are always by your side, standing, and we love you more than anything. Thank you." And this fan said, quote, "Thank you for opening up about your experiences despite them being traumatic and using your voice. Hate and discrimination is still hate and discrimination on both a small scale and a big scale. We all have the right to be respected. We stand together. Our hearts and our deepest condolences go out to the families, friends, and the millions of people who've been affected by these devastating acts of violence. And we're thankful that celebrities like BTS have used their platform and their voices to discuss this serious issue. If you or anyone you know is wondering how to get involved and support the AAPI community, down in the description we've linked ways to donate, volunteer, educate yourself, and report incidents of Asian hate. For more celebrities that have spoken out and shared resources on stopping Asian hate, click right over here for another Clevver video. Then feel free to drop the boys of BTS some love, including everyone in the AAPI community in the comment section below. I'm your host, Sussan Mourad. You can find me on Instagram at Sussan_Mourad. I'll catch you later. Bye guys.